For the first time in decades, there will be no Friday night football in the fall. Citing concerns over COVID, the WIAA postponed all fall sports to the spring. Cole Nora, a senior at Mount High School, along with others, helped put together a petition. They understand that COVID is real and dangerous, but they also feel they should at least get a chance to play.
I love going to football practice, and I love playing football games, and there's really nothing else. Like, I wait the whole summer just to step foot on the field, you know, and I think I just can't even explain it. Like, that's what we're really fighting for right now.
For many high school athletes, scholarships are on the line. While players in Washington are forced to wait, other states are playing, and those kids are putting out highlight reels, which could give them an advantage over Washington athletes.
I really needed this senior season to get my name out to college coaches, and I know there's countless others in this state.
I think it's extremely important for these kids to play. There's numerous kids that, you know, don't have the luxury, that they were really early recruited heavily. Some kids were injured, you know, as juniors or not played a lot as sophomores. So it's very critical from a recruiting standpoint for these kids to actually play.
The petition also cites concerns for a teenager's development, isolation, depression, loss of structure, discipline, and a higher likelihood of engaging in criminal activity if they're unable to play sports. But in the end, it all comes back to COVID. So how do they feel about the possibility of bringing this disease into their own families?
My family's scared of COVID, obviously. I think everyone's a little worried about it. And we're not out here saying that COVID's not real and that the government is wrong or anything. Jay Inslee, our government, has done an incredible job up until this point. And we're just looking at other states, like I said, New York and other states that are totally getting this done safely and responsibly. So I think it's time for us to look at that.
Nora says student athletes of Washington will march to the state capitol tomorrow at around 4. He says they plan to social distance. The petition faces many obstacles, like a lack of testing for athletes. And even though the governor does support high school sports, he's currently locked into trying to protect the state the best he can against the spread of COVID. In Snoqualmie, I'm Chris Egan, King 5 Sports.